it's nice talking to myself. To Dementia.
Let the Spirit strike me down, and thou hast not forsaken me. Thou hast not forsaken me. Hey everybody, it's your goofy boy of giddiness. That's right, it's TC. And it's July 9th, 1998, on the Daily Dementia. It rocks on like a dog of love. Hey, 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 hey! Bitter? No, I'm not bitter. Hey everybody, it's TC, and it is the Daily Dementia. Those sweet, soothing sounds of the Daily Dementia. The Daily Dementia. What's going on the Daily Dementia today? I know you're wondering. Your Trivial Pursuit mind is playing games with yourself, and you're thinking, be Arthur. Ooh, baby. Now I'm getting hot. What do we got coming up on the Daily Dementia today? Now, before you, leave the show completely, I'll remind you that Giddy Hep is in the second part. Seriously. I got one of my Bobos from over at 64.com. We're going to talk a little Nintendo stuff today. Now, before you start ripping me on this Nintendo stuff. Hey, Nintendo's kind of a cool system. I've got a PlayStation myself, and I goof on Jonathan a little bit about the Nintendo, but I think it's a pretty good system in the end, and we have a little fun. Plus, we end up talking about Quake 2 for the PC, so I guess that's all that matters. So that's what's coming up here in just a second. Jonathan Miller. Coming up after that, we'll do that survey I've been talking about. Plus, we've got the winners of the East-West connection with Joe S. from 3D Realms. He picked the winners. A couple surprises if you ask me. Plus, he actually gives comments on the entries, the 10 finalists or whatever it was. Also, we'll talk on Save Dizog and the Mighty Boot. I got you a mighty boot right here. That's all that's coming up here. And just 2 shakes of a monkey's butt. I'll see you on the other side.
Hi, I'm Kitty, and I play Sylvester to TC's Tweety. And you're listening to the Daily Dementia.
My lonely.
Did you dial 10-10-321?
Oh, I certainly did. I'm going to be saving tons of money on this discussion as we begin.
Okay.
With Jonathan Miller of 64.com. Now spell that out for me.
SIXTYFOUR. No hyphen.
That sounds really dirty when you start, spelling that out.
It's got the whole sex thing in there. And then, one of our sayings for E3, one of our slogans was going to be 64.com. We're 5 away from 69.
Oh, jeez.
But we canceled that one out in favor of a more timid approach.
That would have gone over pretty well, though, I bet.
Yeah, well, for our age group at the site isn't exactly the most mature group of people.
Mm-hmm. I think Patricia Ford and all those IDOS booth babes would have been...
Yeah, baby. Man, were there tons or were there tons? Even the secretaries at weird companies were just amazing looking.
Uh-huh.
These girls. I don't know where they get them.
Oh, yeah, I know. The PR people?
Yeah.
Even though
I
can't stand PR people, but...
I'm asking this beautiful woman for a press release CD when I should be asking for a date,
Yeah, there's something else, but apparently all they do is drink cappuccino and then have their hair done. So somebody said the other day. So I've apparently Jonathan was telling me I've reached an all-time low talking about the N64.
Uh-oh, the truth comes out.
So. That's 64.comly. What the heck's going on with the N64? They still got that horrible color scheme?
What color scheme? That orange and yellow and green and...
Yeah, I'm afraid that all games are going to look like Mario 64.
It's the primaries, man. Well, the thing is with the cartridges, they don't have the kind of texture space that the PlayStation or the Saturn would.
Uh-huh.
They don't have 600 megs to work with.
Right.
So they have to reuse all their textures, and when you do that, eventually... the game's going to start to look the same in parts.
Yeah. But do all the games kind of look like that same color scheme?
No, the reason people say that the games look the same a lot of the time is just because all the anti-aliasing and stuff.
The what?
What?
The anti-licing?
the anti-aliasing.
Oh, aliasing.
Yeah.
They're talking about.
And it just makes everything kind of look blurry and whatever, you know.
Blurry.
But all the games look different to me, except for like the first party, like Mario Kart, Mario 64. They all use the same color scheme because it's the same colors that they use on the packing material and the manuals and.
Now, when you're doing when you're covering a platform like the N64,
right.
Now, do you just have to deal with one company, Nintendo, or?
Oh, no. Nintendo's about the only company that won't deal with us. Like, they're the ones we don't have to talk to or whatever. Like, everything has to do with developers and publishers.
Right.
Just like current computers would. Like IDOS or whatever.
Oh, because they put out something like Desktop Drungeon or whatever?
Yeah. Not for the Nintendo 64, obviously.
Oh, right. How many games are out there now for the N64?
50 or 60, I don't know the exact number. Not a lot compared to, obviously, computer games and even PlayStation games. There's a ton of them.
You know, a couple months ago I bought a PlayStation, and I just at the time I just thought, I'm just so scared of those colors that the N64 boasted. But now I'm thinking, as I walk by some of these games when I go to the video store, I'm thinking, geez, I should have bought an N64.
Well, you just buy the system for the games you want to play, and if you want to play sports games or racing games, or any genre has its system basically. Like there's one role-playing game for Nintendo 64, and that's just pissing people off left and right. Because, role-playing is just huge.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, especially for the consoles, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
Like Final Fantasy?
Oh, yeah. That was amazing. Back in the day, the original Nintendo, Final Fantasy 3 for Super Nintendo, and then they skipped ship. They jumped ship and went to the PlayStation for Final Fantasy 7. That just sold so many copies.
Mm-hmm. Now, so you're saying that if I'm a racing fan and a sports fan, I should have bought the PlayStation?
Now, if you're a racer, definitely go with Nintendo. 3 out of 4 games coming out is like a racing title. It's sickening.
Mario Kart?
Yeah, Mario Kart, Diddy Kong, Cruisin' USA. There's just tons and tons and tons of them.
Is the N64 a better looking, at least on the screen, is it a better looking games than the PlayStation? Because obviously the N64 is newer, right?
Well, I don't want to be cocky about my system or anything, but it blows it away.
Oh, really?
That's what I'm telling you.
Oh.
It actually just depends on the developer, it's just what the company can do with the hardware.
Mm-hmm.
There's limitations on the PlayStation hardware that don't exist on the Nintendo, but it's the same the other way around. They can just fit so much more texture on a CD and stuff, so you can get more lush environments and stuff, but then you got to put up with the loading times and everything. Everything has its drawbacks and its pluses and minuses, I guess.
Now, that Banjo-Kazooie just came out?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Is that any good?
Oh, it's amazing. It's technically way better than Mario 64, which they said was the greatest game of all time. Its impact on gaming wasn't as huge, but technically it's a much better game.
Mm-hmm. Now, is that one of those games where you're jumping around with
it's a 3D platform adventure, stomping guys and hacking guys' eyes out.
Crash Bandicoot or something?
Yeah. Actually, it looks a lot like Crash Bandicoot, except you're not, how do you say it? Like in Crash Bandicoot, you were running down a thin hallway and you can't go anywhere you want to.
Mm-hmm.
You're not restricted in Banjo-Kazooie. There's just huge levels and you can go anywhere you want to.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I played a little bit of Mario 64 and I couldn't figure it out. It's too intense for me.
Too intense.
I think I had to have been. I better not say I needed to be high to play that game.
Uh-oh.
Just based on the color scheme.
Right.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Zelda
PC.
Zelda 64. What's that?
That is going to be the best game you've ever played.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'll tell you that right now. It's going to be.
Is that role playing?
It's. A lot of people call it role playing because they don't know what else to call it, but it's more of a 3D action, hack and slash. There's no. Final Fantasy VII would be a hardcore role-playing game because it's turn-based. There's no turns in Zelda. You're just running around just hacking the crap out of things.
Uh-huh. So it's just a violent game.
Oh, yeah. I don't think there's any blood. I think they took that out, but it's anything where you take a sword and you just friggin' jab it through someone's head. It's violent.
We were talking about that sports was better on the PlayStation, but what about this Quarterback Club 99? You said you got a private showing of that at E3?
Yeah, well, they had it behind closed doors right next to Turok 2, so we were just fiddling around in the back room, and I got to see a little bit of it. It's high res, which means it runs at 640, 480, and that's a big deal for for console games, not so much PC games. You would know that, but for console games, it runs at 640 by 480, which is 4 times the resolution anything else does. Because you can fit a 320 by 240 box, you can fit 4 of those, and whatever. So, like, it didn't have the best quality, the first one. Like, Madden was better gameplay-wise, but it was running at such a low resolution. Like, everybody bought NFL Quarterback Club. So it just sold, it had the numbers, which means it's going to have the installed user base, and people are going to want to buy the upgrade when it comes out, and it's supposed to be a lot better.
320 by 240?
Yeah, that's what the resolution is for all the other Nintendo 64 games, almost all of them.
Yeah, I'm just giving you a hard time. Now we should stipulate that you actually do play some PC games too, right?
Yeah, definitely.
And you play a lot of
Quake 2.
Quake? No.
Not an Unreal man myself.
No.
I don't think I have enough hard drive space for it.
There you go.
I have a cheap, old piece of crap computer. The only reason I play Quake 2 is because I have a 3DFX card. I don't think it would run it in software.
Did you play online ever?
Yeah, I'm not any good. I'm like you. I get out there and not to insult you or anything, but I've heard you say on the show before that you start up a game, you go in there, and just these guys are just destroying you left and right.
No, that's Reaper bots that can kick my butt.
Oh, me too, no doubt. I can't beat the level 1 Reaper bots, so I go online and people are just shooting missiles into my forehead like there's no tomorrow. Can't do anything about it. I'm not good.
You get that big sign on your head that says N64 player, and they just laugh and they bury a rocket in your head.
Back to that again. So what I end up doing is I just grab a missile launcher or whatever, and I just I'm a camper actually.
Camper, you loser.
I'm a Nintendo 64 playing camper.
Oh, you hear all those Quake fans turning over in their graves now.
I'll admit it.
Gee, so what are the games you like these days? Computer games.
Let me think here. I play a little bit of StarCraft. It's not my favorite game, but it perfects what Warcraft 2 started. And I was a big Warcraft 2 guy, so. I play, I don't know if you've ever heard of the game Jewel Thief, but I play that.
Is that the text-based game, right?
No, this was Windows 3.1.
All right.
And what you do is it starts up and you got the mouse and you just run the guy around and steal jewels. It's really, really repetitive.
Remember that?
I don't know why I like it.
You remember that monkey game that came with DOS 5.0 or something like that?
Yeah, I do, actually.
It whipped the bananas across and the buildings.
It came with compiled on Quick Basic or something.
Yeah, exactly.
Some crap like that.
Then the little snake game, too.
See, I'm an old school computer guy. I know things.
That's why I play a lot, the monkey game. Monkey.
That's all you play.
Exactly. So anyways, so your little website there is 64.com.
Indeed.
And what's going on there? Anything interesting?
Not really. We've been growing a lot, but nothing exciting usually happens.
I'm going to let you go now.
Okie dokie.
So I got the rest of the show to do.
Oh, no.
And it's going to be
obvious. Not another 20-minute giddy hep like yesterday.
Hey, now. Don't be picking on me.
Sorry.
I'll ban you from this show.
Oh, no. Don't turn me off yet.
Okay, well, we better get out of here. Thanks a lot, Jonathan.
Thank you.
Dang. Jonathan Miller from 64.com. Now spell that out. SEXTIPHHOK. So, OK, HOMA, it's Oklahoma. So big thanks to Jonathan for filling my time on the Daily Dementia. 64.com, that's 64 as in SIXTYFOURGYND. What's going on in the Daily Dementia today? Giddy hip portion. Giddy hip. Oh, Joe Siegler passed along my winners, so but we're going to get to that in just a second here. I'll tell you about it. But actually, first I want to talk about the Sin AVI. Did you see the Sin AVI that's up on Game Center? I gotta say, remember I got kind of lambasted for saying I wasn't excited about Sin a couple weeks ago. Well, I gotta say, after seeing the screenshots in the new PC Gamer fold-out ad at the beginning of the magazine, those are okay. Those really didn't get me hot and bothered. But you know what I mean there. But this new AVI, that looks pretty sweet. There's a link on the front page of Mecha World, so stop on by if you haven't seen it. But I like the way this looks, and hopefully there's going to be some more. So now I'm kind of getting a little wet. I can't believe I just said that. Oh well. But anyways, so I thought that was pretty tasty, and I think that what the heck? My music just cut out on me for some reason. There it goes. I think one of the reasons why I think that Sin might be a pretty cool game is some of the talent they've got there at Ritual, including the Level Lord himself. Actually, Joe Siegler had a little Level Lord drinking game story that we're going to hear from. We're going to hear about that tomorrow. And then I think back of another guy named Matthias Warch that works over at Ritual, who I think has done some good work. Of course, everybody else there, but those are the two names that always come to mind. Of course, Mark Docterman and then my good friend Harry Miller, but we won't go down that road, will we? Okay, we want to get to that Joe S. stuff, right? Joe S. Oh, Joe S. Okay, here's his, we run through a couple of, the comments, and then we'll tell you who won the East versus West connection. I can't even say that, can I? Duke Nukem 1.5, the Atomic Edition, and also Shadow Warrior. Two very cool games you'll be picking up if you win. Okay, Billy Crystal. Joe's comment on that was, no. Bill Clinton, supporting cast would be all women who don't really look that good. Oh, not too shabby. Joe's writing his own bits these days. Pauline Hanson has the last name of Hanson, so that automatically rules her out. So I'm sorry about that. Bruce Campbell, nope, it won't happen. He's already come out and said he won't do it. Oh, a little disrespect at 3D Realms there by Bruce Campbell. Danny DeVito, he mentions Duke Nukem dispatches cabs with an attitude, and then he smiles. I don't know what that means. Nord, or whatever it is. Val Kilmer, nah, he'd quit after the first movie. Oh, there's his shot. Why don't you get George Clooney? Or Michael Keaton. Marilyn Manson, now this is Joe's comment on this. What a dork. No. Bela Lugosi, he's dead, and even if he wasn't, he'd be too creepy for Duke. Kevin Sorbo, he's a Minnesota boy, up in my neck of the woods here. Joe's comment there is, nope, he did Hercules. That taints him forever as a crappy actor. Oh, now. Mr. T, I could make another cab reference, but I don't think anyone would get it. Yeah, I wouldn't get it either, Joe. Yeah, crazy monkey. Mark Hamill, use the Force, Duke. Yeah, that was lame. Clint Eastwood, too old, and Henry Rollins, not actually a bad idea at all. So, there's more here? Oh, there is more. Richard Simmons, well, Duke did a dance in Duke 3D, but I have to repeat the Billy Crystal remark. Apparently not. Dopefish, someone obviously trying to suck up to Joe to win a prize, he says. Brian Bosworth, who, he writes, Roddy Piper, wrestling flat out sucks. Blows major chunks. Then he adds next in all caps. And Jim Carrey on way too skinny. Weird Al Yankovic, Al has glasses, but that's about it. I don't know what that means. Oh, okay, I see the shades that Duke wears. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Schmazel, Austin Tepper Incorporated. So anyways, who's the winner out of that motley crew? Well, here's the winners that we let Joe decide on. Mr. T and Henry Rollins. Mr. T because it's just silly, and Henry Rollins since he looks the most like Duke. You ever seen this guy's neck? No, I've never seen Henry Rollins. I don't even know who he is. So anyways, our winners, let's see if I can find it here in the nick of time, are Beasterfield. Who? I don't know, somebody named Beasterfield, and then also a gentleman by the name of Troy Watson. Woohoo! Tuax. I don't know, something like that. That's his name, so I'm not going to wear it out. Let's see, Beasterfield. Michael, actually, his name is Beasterfield. Okay. Bellevue, Kansas, he lives in. Oh, I shouldn't have said that on the air, should I? Bellevue. Okay, well, whatever. Okay, let's move on, and so congratulations to those two guys on picking up those. Joe will be sending those dandy things out to you very, very soon. I got this thing, the Info Head Computer Game Survey, and it says it just takes 5 minutes, so we'll run over some of these things. I know this is going to be death, because every time I try something like this, it's always death, but I'm a glutton. I am indeed a glutton, so here we go. Here's the first question. What new game titles have you heard of that are scheduled for release within the next 6 months? Well, I've heard of Sin and Half-Life and Lands of Lore, 18 or whatever it is, and Okay, so I got 3. Can you name any more? For the mentioned games, do you recall when they were due out in stores? Well, Sin, I don't know when. Summer, I guess. Half-Life, I don't know. I'm assuming fall now. Lands of Lore, I don't know when that's coming out. Which new game titles do you plan on purchasing within the next 6 months? None. I can't remember the last time I bought a game. I'm an idiot. Which game companies do their best at keeping you informed of new products and or gaming technology? I don't know. That's a good question. I don't think any of them do that good of a job. I think a lot of them like to keep low profiles like 3D Realms, and I think id Software likes to keep a low profile also just because they get so much press online these days. But I think Sierra would probably fit into that category. Sierra publishes that magazine, that Interaction magazine. I always thought that was somewhat cool. I think it's a quarterly magazine, so I like that. Which companies have you received product information or literature from? Well, let's go with Sierra again there. Gender, male or female. Let's not go down that road. Age, education. How many children do you have? 5 or more? No. Hang on a second. You'd have to actually have sex. What is the most important factor in your decision to buy a game? I think it's the package weight. Advertisement, description on the package, graphics, magazine review, price, referral from a family or friend, or the comments of an idiot on a daily radio show. I gotta go with the last one. And what types of games most interest you? Well, action, yeah, I'm interested in action. Adventure, no. Educational, no. Fantasy role-playing, no. Fighting, what does that mean? No. Simulation, does that mean racing? Yeah. Sports, yeah, I'm kind of a sucker for sports games. Strategy, it depends on the strategy game. I like real-time strategy games, though I'm kind of getting bored with them. What type of hardware do you own, it asks. PC, yeah, I own that. PlayStation, yeah, that's about it. What magazines do you read? None. Would you like to participate in future internet surveys? No. So there you go. It was kind of death, wasn't it? But hey, what the heck? We live for death around here. At least I do. Hey, did you hear that Cave Dog's Total Annihilation Battle Tactics is coming out on July 20th? That add-on pack, what was it called? The Core Contingency? That was very impressive, actually. So we'll see how Battle Tactics fares. Kind of laying the lumber back to back here, huh? If you know what I mean. Time to Kill Weapons for Duke Nukem. I always thought this thing was going to be like out in video stores or whatever, like a couple months ago. And apparently it's not due out until the fall. So I don't know what's going on there. But anyways, the Time to Kill Weapons for Duke have been announced. I thought this might be fun to run through. I am a sucker. The Mighty Boot. Remember, you ever play a lot of Duke? You remember that dance that Duke could do if you put it in camera mode or something? If you were like if you were watching an opponent, you could do a dance with Duke if you hit the tilde key or something. Instead of you'd be kicking with both legs and stuff. Anyways, I remember that. Also, new weapons for Duke include the throwing knife, the throwing axe, and the crossbow. What is this? Grizzly Adams? Desert Eagle, a pistol. Oh, that's a pistol. Combat shotgun, okay. Buffalo rifle. What the? It is Grizzly Adams. A Gatling gun. I don't know what a Gatling gun is. An RPG, okay. Flamethrower. Energy weapon. I think I know what that is. Freezer. That was cool. Pipe bomb. Oh, I like the pipe bombs. Dynamite. Handheld grenade. Shades of Monty Python, they say. What? Oh, holy hand grenade, I see. So I guess it... Special bonus weapons include the Eagle, the Super Eagle, a fully automatic pistol. Gee, you'd think that Duke could be able to afford a fully automatic pistol to begin with. Super shotgun, a laser Gatling gun. There's that Gatling word again. A high-temp flamethrower. as opposed to the other one, which wasn't a high-temperature flamethrower. Oh my God, I'm burning slightly. An incendiary rocket launcher. Now that sounds dangerous. And also a super energy weapon. Boom! And you go flying back up about 1,000 feet after you launch that bad boy, huh? So that's what's going on in the warped mind of TC today, and also in the gaming world. At least the stuff that I found I could at least have a little fun with. Maybe not though, huh? So, big thanks again to Jonathan Miller as we recap here. 64.com. That's spelled out reminder. Also, 3drealms.com, and thanks to those guys and Joe for providing those East versus West connections. The Sin AVI, you can find a link to that on the Mecha World site. You know, when I worked in radio, it just annoyed me so much to hear the word exclusive all the time, because you hear like competing stations saying, and now an exclusive track from the new Motley Crue album, and all they're doing is playing just a song off the album. It's like, oh well, we couldn't do that, of course, since we just own the album. I thought, oh, that's so stupid. But now in the gaming world, everybody just overuses the word exclusive, especially with screenshots. I mean, my God, they're just screenshots. I mean, sometimes we get some new screenshots sent into, I'm talking with people. I say, hey, why don't you send us some screenshots? We'll post them, like for that Blood 2 piece. But we're not going to call them exclusive. That is so lame. Oh, I can't stand that word. It's just so exclusive. I mean, yeah, and I mean, an exclusive interview with, like when Joe was on the show, Joe Siegler, again, we're talking about Joe too much here. But like, okay, well, Scott Miller, the first show we did was Scott Miller of 3D Realms. Now, of course, that was an exclusive interview, but I'm not going to say something stupid like that. Oh, okay. My tirade for the week is done. My tirade for the week is done. You will hear it every week on the Daily Dementia. What a fun time it always is as TC unveils his wit and personality and intoxicating charm. How much we got paid to sing this, because none of it's true. Okay, once again, big thanks to everybody else I mentioned, ImagineGames.com, and of course, MechaWorld.com, where the world comes to get slightly goofy every once in a while. TC, everybody, also known as the Donkey Boy of Love. That's my nickname. Don't wear it out, Donkey Boy. They call me Donkey Boy. Yeah. Also, let's see, we got to say my best to Everlong, July 9th, 1998, in the books. And I'll see you in the emergency room.